Hello and welcome back. It's been a while since we've uploaded to this series and even changed anything with this series, and even played Kerbal, for that matter of fact. I lost a lot of love with Kerbal. I just kind of got bored of the game, unfortunately. I did so much with it for a while. I played the game straight for 2 years, and eventually you kind of get a bit bored of games when you do that, normally. Can't believe I played Kerbal for so long, to be honest with you. It's been almost a year since I uploaded to this series, and it's finally time to do something like that. Here is a habitat that we're going to be landing on to Minmus to extend the Minmus base. And this is a small little lander with a little terrier on it, some fuel tanks, there they are, pure pro core, and a small little habitat on top with enough for one person. But here's the launch. And there we go, small, quick, easy launch with this launch vehicle that I just called VT1. Don't know what it is. I don't even know what it's got. It's just got 4 engines in it. I think it's 4 swivels. 4 swivels and some little SRBs. But cool on board there. And there is the first stage. See you guys in a bit. Well, I won't because they'll be destroyed. But this is actually a really poor launch. It's actually the second time I had to try this launch, because the first time I just got it completely wrong. I gravity turned too early, way too early, and ended up just getting nowhere near orbit. On this one though, we did get it to orbit, and gravity turned way too late, but this rocket's luckily got plenty of fuel to make it to orbit, even with a late gravity turn like that, and it's not super heavy payload either, so I guess that helps. So as we just climb into space here, I kind of forgot how beautiful this game looks with a few mods. This game is just so beautiful. There's nothing that compares to this game when you're actually in space. It's just incredible. And yeah, it blew me away actually playing this game when I was in orbit. For some weird reason, I just couldn't remember how beautiful this game really looked. But incredible. Great work by the guys that make mods for this game. Mind-blowing. But there, with stage separation and the fairing went off, first time the payload has been in the vacuum of space. And we're coming up now to finally get to orbit. We'll see what we do here. We're using the RCS. Unfortunately, I don't know why they never added it so you can turn off RCS like globally for a vehicle. It's like the upper stage there should only be the thing using the RCS, not the payload. It's so annoying. KSP devs, fix that. Make that a thing. I hate that. It's so annoying. Whatever. Anyway, doing a small inclination burn here to just align ourselves up with Minmus. It's a 6-degree inclined orbit for Minmus, and well, we got to get to that to do it. You can do it on launch. I chose not to do that because it's been a while since I played, but it works either way, to be honest. So we complete the burn there and use the RCS a little bit just to shore it up to make sure it's bang on 0. Well, it's not 0, it's 6, but bang on 0 to Minmus, in relation to Minmus. And we just set up our transfer burn here. I messed up a little bit there like an idiot, but I'll talk about quickly while we're doing this where I've been and what I've been messing about with outside of, well, Kerbal. I've been playing a lot of other games, obviously, been enjoying life as it is. And I took a break from Kerbal for a long time because once again, I got bored of the game. I did so much with it, making all those 5 types of Kerbal videos. It wasn't even that many videos looking back at it. It was I did like 5 episodes with 5 and then like another 5 afterwards. But I just got bored because I would go in and I'd think of these ideas and have to put them into action, and then half the time it would go wrong and it would look terrible and it would be bad and it would be wrong and I wouldn't like it, and then I wouldn't do it. So I've probably got like another 5 or 6 videos of those which I've deleted off because I just didn't enjoy them, didn't enjoy the way they looked, which is annoying, but it is what it is. And we're just going to do a small little burn here on our way to Minmus just to make sure we are going where we want to go. And we're just going to get a bit closer here. We're going to end up around about 40 kilometers up, and well, yeah, we're going to aim for 40 kilometers up and aim for basically equatorial. We are in a retrograde orbit of Minmus. I don't know why I chose to go retrograde. I think I just kept going. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's actually pretty better with a retrograde orbit, to be honest. But there's a cool shot. And this is the kind of view that just stuns me with Kerbal, and no other game has this. Literally no other game has this. It's mind-blowing how beautiful this game looks, and that's just a couple of simple mods. It's crazy. But we're just going to execute our burn here on our way to Minmus, using the RCS for this one, not the engines, because we got an unbelievable amount of RCS. Probably way too much, to be honest. We could definitely reduce it in both the payload and in the second stage. But anyway, just making sure that orbit or that burn went well, and it did. It went perfect. Got where we wanted to go, and we're just setting up now at our capture burn for Minmus. Really simple planet to land on Minmus. As the Kerbal's got a really nice, easy way to get into the game with the way the planets are set out. You have Kerbin, which is like Earth, and then you got the Moon or the Mun, which is like, well, the Moon, but that's in a perfectly equatorial orbit, so it's easy to get to that. Minmus though is a little bit harder. It's at an angle. It's got an inclination, is what it's called, of about 6 degrees, and it's a lot further out. But the benefit of going to Minmus is it's a lot lower gravity. It's a smaller planet. It's easier to get to. You don't have to take as much there to get there. As you can see, this tiny little lander that we've got will probably do 5 missions. I think could, maybe not 5 actually, 4 I think would be safe bet. But so like that's 4 times up and down, up and down, up and down. So 4 things we could land with this one thing before refueling it, and we've already got a thing to refuel it on the surface, so that's easy to do. And so we just completed the burn there, and we're looking at our base here, which I don't have a name for. Do you guys have any name for the base? I don't have anything. Minmus Base, that's all I can think of. But we're just targeting the Minmus crane there, which is called Scorpion. I should really rename that. And we're going to go and land down on Minmus at the base. Now, and there we go, we complete the inclination burn there just to line up, and you see it wasn't bang on, it was just off a little bit, and that's just so we don't land on it basically. I don't want to land on it, and we'll see how close we get in a moment as we're about to deploy the lander. There we go. So the VT1 upper stage there will just stay in orbit probably forever. Well, no, we can turn it into something. With the build mode now, we can put a docking port on there, transfer the fuel out to a bigger craft of some sort. We'll find something to do with it. But here we go then. Landing down on Minmus is relatively easy, to be honest. It's a lot easier than the Moon and the Mun. But as you can see, the line, my landing point, as you see on the left of the line where I'm going to land, is a lot further over than the actual crane. And that's because when we do our burns to slow ourselves down, it's going to move our trajectory. So you want to always aim a bit further over than what you're intended to go for. It also gives you a bit of leeway. And as you see, we're coming down here, we're almost at a 90-degree angle to push it over a bit more, to try and get as close as we can on our way down at 70 meters a second. And this is always, you just got to be careful landing. Quick save is your friend when doing this for the first few times. Always be quick saving to try and bring it down as slowly and as nicely as possible. I would really suggest aiming retrograde at this point as well, until you get around about 100 meters down, then just turn it off retrograde and just keep SAS on to keep the craft stable. And you see we're coming down nice and slowly here. We're going to aim for a nice slow touchdown speed of about 2 meters a second. We don't want to overstress the vehicle in any way, shape or form. And we're coming down with a bit of lateral here, so we're going to the side a bit. We don't really want that because we could tip over from that. So we're going to try and mitigate that. And I fire the RCS the wrong way here because I'm a plank there, and there we go. I need to fire it the correct way to slow ourselves down so we don't tip over. And there we go, an easy landing there for our small little lander down on Minmus where it belongs. And the habitat up there looking habitat-y. And we bring the crane over, and I haven't used this crane for a while, so I was a bit of a rookie with it, but we undock the habitat from the lander and we extend out all the crane's legs to make sure it doesn't tip over, and we extend the crane out itself with this big boom arm and connect it up there. There we go, nice and easy. And it's a bit heavy, but the crane's easily able to lift it around and do what it needs. And then we're going to just bring it down just above the surface and undock, and the lander and the habitat are down on the surface in one piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did. What should we do next? What should we name both of these two crafts you see on the screen? Kangaroo maybe for the lander, because it's going to go up and down, and I don't know what to call the habitat. Come up with them in the comments. We'll pick the best one for the next episode. And what a beautiful view that is there as well. Minmus, Kerbin, and the Mun, all in one picture. Beautiful. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.